What's up everybody, Aditya Mahajan here and welcome back to yet another YouTube video. In today's video, we'll be solving first problem of the lead code, that is 2sum, and we'll be looking at three approaches, that is the brute force, sorting and the hash map. So without a further ado, let's get started. Given an array of integer nums and an integer target, return the indices of the two numbers such that they add up to the target. You may assume that each input would have exactly one solution and you may not use the same element twice. You can return the answer in any order. Now, to understand this problem statement, let us look at some of the examples that they have given. So the first example, we have the nums to be 2, 7, 11 and 15 and the target that we are given is 9. So what we basically need to do is we need to return the indices of numbers such that these two numbers would add up to the target. For example, in our first case, we are given the target to be 9. So the sum of the possible values are 2 and 7 because their sum would add up to 9. So we just return the indices of those numbers, that is 0 and 1. Okay. Similarly, in the second example, we are given that 3, 2 and 4 and our target is 6. So this example is given to show that we cannot use the same element twice. Okay. So we need to have the indices to be unique. For example, in this case, if we use 2 times, then we could get target, but this is not expected. They want that the indices should be unique. Okay, so the possible value is 2 and 4, so their indices is 1 and 2. Similarly, in the third example, we have nums to be 3 and 3 and the target is 6. Now here the indices would be unique even though the numbers are same. So our answer would be 0 and 1. Now let us look at how we can approach the solution of the problem. Now, the first approach that we will be looking is very simple, and I hope that you already have got this. But just to look at the approach, what we are basically doing here is we are just checking for all possible pairs that we have in that particular array and checking if their sum is equal to the target. If that is the case, we are just returning it, or else we are continuing to search further. Okay. So what we are basically doing here is we are just taking a vector answer which we are going to return, which will contain the two pairs, two indices. And then we are just taking two for nested loops, one for the first element and second for the other element. And we are just checking if the indices are not equal, because we do not want, we need indices to be unique so that we do not take same element twice. After that, what we are taking for the two things is that we are just checking if their values sum up to target. If that is so, we are just pushing it to answer and returning the answer. That's it. That's our brute force approach. Now let us look at the second approach. Now the problem with our first approach is that we are unnecessarily checking all the pairs that we have, and due to that we were ended up with two for loops and the time complexity was going into O of n square because we had to check for every pair. But we need things to get faster and we need faster results, which is why we will be doing this. That is, what we could do is we could basically sort the array that we are given and then check with the two pointer approach. Okay, that if we are summing up values to the target. So how sorting would help, let's see. But there is one more problem before sorting, is that we need to return the indices of the values. Okay, so if we sort the array, in that case the indices, that is what the earlier index of any number was, we will that number would get lost. Okay, so we need to save the index on which the number was earlierly present. So what we are doing is we are just taking a vector of pair to store where our what the earlier index was. So what we are basically doing is we are traversing the array and just saving along with the number its index on which it was present. Okay, so that is what we are doing initially. So the temp is a vector of pair, and then we are creating an answer vector in which our answer would be present the index. Okay, so how we will be using the sorting is that after sorting I'm using a std sort here. So what we'll be doing is after sorting, we'll stick with two pointer approach. That is, at the start, we will have all the smaller indices, smaller values, and at the end, we will have larger values. Okay, so we will start with start and the end, and we will check what are the values that they sum up to with respect to the target. Now, if the start and the end values sum up are less than the target, which means that we need larger numbers. So we move the starts towards the end. Okay, and if our two pointer start and end values are sum up to less than the target, that means that we have to move the end towards the start because we will need smaller elements. Okay, so that is what we will be doing. We are taking two pointers, that is I and j. One would be the start, that is from index 0, and the second would be nums of size -1. And then we'll be doing a while loop, and in this while loop we are just checking if those two elements sum end up to the target. Now if they end up to the target, in that case what we are just doing, we are done, we are basically done, we do not have to do anything, we are just pushing those elements to the answers, the indices, because the second of the pair was our index. Else what we do, if our sum is less than target, we just increment start because we need greater elements. If it is greater than the target, we just decrement the end because we need smaller elements. Okay, so after that, after exiting out of this while loop, we just return the answer, and that's it. That's our sorting approach. Now the second approach that we saw, the only time consuming task in our previous approach was sorting. Like if you see, this is just a traversal of array, so this would be O of n. After that, there was the sorting, which would be n log n, because it requires on average case n log n time. And rest also we were just traversing the array, so it would also be O of n. So the most time consuming task was n log n, which was sorting. So we need to optimize that too if we wanted some better results. Okay. Now, what was the reason that we did sorting? It was basically for doing a lookup. Like, let's say we are on any particular array element, that is, let's say we are on 2 and our target is 9. So we just wanted to check in our array that, hey array, do you have any number which adds up to 9 with the 2 that I have? That is, if you have 7, array, do you have 7? If you have 7, then give me. That is, we were just looking up in our previous array that if we have seen that particular element. So the lookup was the only time consuming task, and in the previous approach we did it by sorting. But is there any way that we can uh, choose any particular data structure such that the lookup would give us a better result? And yes, we know that if we use hash map, in hash maps the lookup is O of 1, right? So if you have not heard or read about hash map, then I would recommend that you just read 10 to 15 minutes earlier before looking into this solution. Because if you have not read hash map, then you definitely need to read it, because most of the optimized approach for many problems comes with hash map. Okay, so now that considering that you have read hash map, we'll go further. So now with the hash map there comes one more thing, that what is the data structure that we need to use? Do we use map, do we use unordered map, or something different? Like yes, like we would need indices to be stored, right? Because without that we would not be able to return our final result. So we would need something like map, because it would have a key value pair for the value and the its corresponding index. Okay, so we need to use a map or an unordered map. Now, do we require sorting? The only thing that happens in map from unordered map differently is that in map the things are kept in sorted manner, but we do not require sorting. We just need to see that if we have seen that particular elements pair. Okay, so we can work with an unordered map. So that is what we are doing. We are starting with a vector answer that we need to return, which would contain the indices. Then we are taking a data structure to store the elements of the indices and its corresponding value, and it is an ordered map. We could have used map, but then it would do the unnecessary sorting, which we do not need. After that, what we are doing is we are just iterating through our array, and we are checking for any particular index if we have seen earlier that we have its corresponding pair which would sum up to target. Okay, so what we are doing is we are just checking in our data structure. We are using a find function that is inbuilt. If we are having the target minus nums of I, so our target, let's say for this we have 9 and our current index is 2. So what is target, the number that we require is 7. Okay, so we are just finding that 7, that is target minus the current element. If we are checking if we have that element, if we are getting scene of end, which means that we do not have that element, and we just what we do, we just insert that particular element into our hash map. Okay, so just to say that we have seen this particular element. Okay, and we just continue further. That is this case, we just insert that particular element and its index. Now if we have seen that particular elements pair in early in our hash map, that means that we have got two elements that sum up to the target. Okay, so what we just do, we just push that element of the current element index and the thing that we have earlierly seen into our answer, and we just return the answer, and that's the solution. That's the O of n approach that we have for the hash map. Now for the results of all the approaches, let us start with the first approach. I have taken the screenshot so that I could directly show you the output. I mean, what the time complexity was. So for the first approach, we had brute force O of n square, and it gave me faster than 5.5% solutions. So it took 756 milliseconds. Okay, and the memory usage was 10 MB. So this was the for brute force approach. Secondly, for the sorting approach that we did, the time complexity that it gave me was of O of n log n, and it was faster than 77.93%, and it gave me runtime of 12 milliseconds, and memory usage was 11 MB. And in this, the space complexity was O of n because we were using one more vector of pair. Okay, and finally, for the third approach that we did was with the hash map, and it gave me faster than 100% of the solutions, and its memory usage was 10.8 MB, and this was the fastest approach that we did. So that's all for this video, guys. These were the three approaches for the two sum. If you did not understand any particular thing, comment below. I'll try to answer as fast as possible. And if you need more such LeetCode content with all the approaches, do subscribe to the channel, join the Discord server, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.